Look, people, you can attack me for saying this if you want to, but one rule I've always lived by is to do what I believe in my heart to be right. And if I don't do that now, I'll be doing an enormous disservice to the elderly in this country. And I just won't do that. Now, of course, there are pensioners who are wealthy enough not to need the winter fuel payment. And yes, the government is absolutely right to look at that. What I'm worried about is the cliff edge nature of this policy. Those who don't qualify for pension credit and will go cold because they can't afford to heat their homes this winter. Charities have warned the policy is a blunt instrument which they say will deny 1.6 million pensioners who are below the poverty line of vital financial support during the coldest months. And you don't need to be a rocket scientist to know research has shown there is a substantial rise in deaths during cold weather, with cardiovascular and respiratory conditions the key illnesses associated with cold conditions and cold homes. Analysis has shown that 10% of excess winter deaths are directly attributable to fuel poverty, and 21% are attributable to cold homes. But even more worrying is the fact that Labour's own analysis in 2017 said 4,000 pensioners could die if winter fuel payments were means tested, as the Prime Minister is now doing. So what's changed since that analysis? Has there been a new analysis or impact assessment? What consultation has taken place with campaign groups and charities to make sure we won't see an increase in excess deaths if this policy is implemented? And if all that hasn't happened, how can MPs properly debate this tomorrow? Look, I totally get the argument that the state pension has increased in recent years, but the cost of energy bills has soared too. Has that been factored into an analysis? I simply cannot and will not support a policy like this one without seeing an impact assessment, produced after careful consideration and consultation with charities and campaign groups that satisfies me that Labour's 2017 assessment that 4,000 pensioners could die if winter fuel payments were means tested is now redundant. How else can we protect some of the most vulnerable members of our society? And surely that is the first duty of any government.